Concerts, Comedy, and Theater season is coming to life in Metro Detroit in March, and we've got a lot to cover, and we're going to jump right into it. To stay up on all the fun things to do in Metro Detroit, subscribe to the channel because we drop videos each and every week. March 2nd. Now, this one's in Windsor, but I could not pass it up, especially as Windsor is an actual suburb of Detroit, like Novi or Rochester, but it just takes a bridge to get there. So it's Chromeo. That's what Windsor is. It's Chromeo. At the Coliseum at Caesars Windsor is the I Love the 90s tour, and there's no way I'm passing up what might be the last time to see Vanilla Ice, Young MC, and All for One is coming as well. And that's just awesome. March 2nd, Chromeo is coming to Big Pink in Detroit. Now, Chromeo is a Canadian electro-funk duo from Montreal, formed in 2002 and draws from soul, dance music, rock, and funk, which Big Pink is actually a super nice space I just went to for the first time the other day. It's similar to Spotlight in Detroit, and Chromeo I think is going to put on a killer show there. Perfect venue for these guys. March 4th, Blue October is coming to the Royal Oak Music Theater, and there are still tickets available, which I'm not shocked. I remember back in the day, I think they got the most overplayed band award of the year for 1999, or some year like right around there. I am not excited for this one. However, looking at the band, they've got 17 top 40 singles through the last 28 years. I was shocked. I was actually shocked. I think their music to me, I just can't hear anymore like a dog whistle. So it probably plays on stations or even my Spotify and I don't even realize it. I'm just thinking that there's like no music happening. March 12th, New Found Glory is playing the Flagstar Strand Theater in Pontiac, which is yet another example of corporate overreach, in my humble opinion. This will always be the Strand Theater to me. Drop the Flagstar. Cobo Hall, you listening? Huntington Center? Not a thing. Anyway, it's a great venue for the pop-punk 90s band New Found Glory. Their biggest hit, My Friends Over You, is actually still on my running list. These guys have played with and opened for Blink-182, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer. March 12th, Ledisi is coming to the Box Theater, and this is actually the first time I've listened to her, and I kind of really like her style. She leans into the R&B and jazz and reminds me of a less angry or angsty Lauryn Hill. Originally from New Orleans, she grew up in Oakland, California, and began her career at the age of 8 with the New Orleans Symphony Orchestra. March 17th is St. Patrick's Day, and we've got a whole video on that one dropping. Subscribe to see it. March 18th, Pop Evil is coming home or close to home to the Royal Oak Music Theater. These guys are originally from Muskegon, Michigan. They started in 2001 and called themselves a pure rock band. They kind of remind me of the band Tantric. These guys, I gotta tell you, have put in their dues for 13 years playing bars before being signed. I mean, that's grit. That is true grit right there. March 22nd, John Mayer's coming and playing Little Caesars Arena, and this one's gonna be a little different than his usual gigs. This one's an acoustic guitar solo tour, but he's adding in some piano and electric guitar for a few of his songs, but he's mainly just this guy. Now, this dude has some massive hits like New Light, Gravity, Love on the Weekend, and Heartbreak Warfare with 6.2 million monthly listeners on Spotify and 117 million streams of his hit New Light. He is clearly popular. My mother loves this guy, by the way. March 22nd, WizKid is playing at the Box Theater, and he's got a super interesting sound. He's a Nigerian singer-songwriter and has gained real prominence in the modern Afrobeat scene. He started recording music at the age of 11, and he has not looked back since. His #1 hit, Essence, has been streamed 156 million times on Spotify, and he also has 12 sisters, which I don't know why I find that interesting, but I do. I've got just the one sister to pick on, but he's got 12. And of course, on March 29, the boss, Bruce Springsteen, is back on his first national tour since 2017 in support of his 2022 album, Only the Strong Survive. This guy's got a staggering 20 Grammy Awards and more than 64 million albums sold in the US alone. The singer's back catalog is littered with hits, including Dancing in the Dark, Born in the USA, and Glory Days. Moving on to comedy, we're starting out the month strong with Sam Morril at the Royal Oak Music Theater. He's worked with Dave Attell, Conan O'Brien, and Amy Schumer, and was an intern on The Colbert Report, and I'm really looking forward to this one. March 4th, Katherine Blanford is headlining the Detroit House of Comedy. She's been said to have a human golden retriever-style presence because she's just so friendly and happy and upbeat. Originally from Atlanta, she made her debut on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and has opened for Jeff Foxworthy, David Spade, and Ron White. In her bits, she shares the comical experiences as a pediatric waste management specialist, aka being a nanny. March 5th, Kevin James is at the Fillmore, and you might remember him from his lead role on King of Queens, running from 1998 to 2007. People love that show. And from 50 First Dates, playing opposite of Will Smith in Hitch and Mall Cop. This guy is actually seriously funny doing stand-up. Rounding out March comedy on March 11th, William Shatner is coming to the Redford Theater. So this one's interesting and not really comedy, but he's super funny. Following Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, the first one, not the redone one, he's going to regale the audience with stories from his super long acting career. Theater Europe and Broadway in Detroit is strong in Detroit. Starting February 28th and running through March 5th is Jesus Christ Superstar. This one is an Andrew Lloyd Webber Think like Phantom of the Opera, rock opera. It's been continuously running since its debut in 1971, and I remember seeing this at the Fisher when I was like 12 years old, and is right back in the same spot again. March 14th and 19th, The Book of Mormon returns to the Fisher. This musical was written by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the guys that created South Park. It debuted in 2011 and got a ton of awards. The show follows the trials and tribulations of two young Mormon missionaries in Africa and is hands down hilarious. It's not stop laughing. In New York, this one still sets records for ticket sales at the Eugene O'Neill Theater, which is a really cool spot if you get to get out to New York City and see it. March 24th, Riverdance at the Fox Theater. And I really have nothing to say on this one. I haven't seen it and have no desire to go see it. I'm sure it's great. And that's a wrap on concerts, comedy, and theater coming to Metro Detroit March 2023. My name is Mike Perna, local real estate agent here in Metro Detroit, and I'd be honored to get the call to help you find your next home or get top dollar for your current one. Shoot a comment below on what you want to go see, anything that I missed that's coming in March that I should have included. Subscribe because we drop videos every week, and I'll see you on the next video.